Aki and the Fox by Akiko Hayashi. Kon the Fox was bored. He was waiting for the baby to be born. Grandma had sent him all the way from her village near the seashore to watch over the new baby. Slowly, Kon drifted to sleep. He was dreaming of Grandma's village and the great sand dunes. When he woke up, a music box was playing softly. There was a tiny bundle in the cradle. Kon felt his heart beat faster. The baby had finally come. She was a beautiful little girl, and her name was Aki. It didn't bother Kon when Aki chewed on his paws. When she began to crawl, Aki sometimes squashed Kon, but the little fox never complained. Soon, Aki learned to walk. She often took Kon with her, dragging him by his tail. Kon didn't mind. He loved playing with Aki. They were always together. But when Aki grew bigger and bigger, the little fox grew old. One day, Kon's arm burst open. Aki was worried. I'm fine, Kon told her calmly. I'll go back to Grandma's village. She'll know what to do. I'll go with you, said Aki, and she hurried to get ready for the journey. When they arrived at the train station, Kon walked straight to the platform. This is our train. Follow me, Aki, he said. The train started to move before they could sit down. Kon led the way to their seats. You take the window seat, said Kon. We can watch the countryside, and before you know it, we'll be in Grandma's village. But Aki remembered that she hadn't packed anything for lunch. What if we get hungry? She asked. Don't worry, Kon answered. They sell delicious lunches at the next station. When the train stopped, Kon jumped down quickly. You wait right here, he told Aki. Don't worry, I'll be just fine. The train won't leave for 5 minutes. And off he ran. Kon got into line, but a lot of people were waiting ahead of him. The line was moving very slowly. Only 2 more minutes before the train leaves, he thought anxiously. Aki waited and waited, but there was no sign of Kon. Suddenly, the train started with a jolt. Kon, called Aki, but there was no answer, and she began to cry. The conductor came by to find out what was wrong. If it's a fox you're looking for, he said, I just saw one over by the door. There was Kon, holding their lunches in his paws. When he saw Aki's face, he said, Don't worry, Aki, our lunches are still warm. He had jumped back on the train just in time, but his tail was stuck. I'm fine, he said cheerfully. Go ahead and sit down, and we can eat right here. What are you two doing here? Demanded the startled conductor. Don't worry, we have our tickets, Kon explained. It's just that my tail is stuck. The door finally opened at the next stop, but Kon's beautiful tail was bent in the middle. The conductor got out his first aid kit and bandaged the poor fox up. Kon and Aki decided to stay in their seats for the rest of the trip. Soon, they saw the sea through the window. They had reached Grandma's village at last. Could we take a walk on the sand dunes? Asked Aki. I've never seen any before. Kon looked around. Grandma's house is the other way, he said, but I guess we could take a quick look. The dunes stretched as far as they could see. The two friends were making footprints in the sand when Aki noticed that someone had been there before them. Whose tracks are these, Kon? She asked. I don't know, he answered. Let's find out. Suddenly, they were face to face with a huge dog. He sniffed Kon's feet. Don't be afraid, Aki. I'm here, said Kon bravely. But before he could say another word, snap! The huge dog picked Kon up and bounded off toward the top of a dune. Aki climbed after them as quickly as she could. From the top of the dune, she could see the sea and hear the waves. The dog had disappeared. "Con!" shouted Aki. "Con, where are you?" But all she heard was the crash of the waves. Aki kept searching until she found the dog's footprints around a little pile of sand. Quickly she began to dig and soon uncovered an ear. She dug faster and faster until the little fox was finally free. Aki held Con gently in her arms. His legs were dangling limply from his body. "Are you all right?" she asked softly. I'm fine, Con murmured in a tiny voice. Aki climbed down the dune, carrying Con on her back. "Which way is Grandma's house?" she asked. I'm fine, murmured Con in the same tiny voice. It was getting darker and darker as Aki hurried toward the houses. There, at the end of the road, she saw Grandma waiting for her. "Hurry, Grandma, hurry," cried Aki. "You have to help Con." Grandma took Con in one arm and held Aki in the other. "It's all right now, Aki," she said. "Let's go into the house." "But what's happened to Con? You two must have had quite an adventure." Grandma went right to work, sewing very carefully. "He's almost ready," she told Aki. "All that's left is his tail, and the very best thing for a bent tail is a hot bath." When he heard the word bath, Con jumped down from Grandma's lap and began to run. "A bath? No way!" he shouted. But Grandma caught Con and plunged him into the clean, hot water. This feels wonderful," said Aki. "Well, Con, a bath isn't so bad after all, is it?" asked Grandma, smiling. "It's better than being buried in the sand," Con answered. When Con got out of the bathtub, he dried off with a big, soft towel. His beautiful tail was as fat as ever. Thanks to Aki and Grandma, he looked like a brand new fox. The two travelers rested at Grandma's house, and when the morning came, they were ready to begin the journey